Hi, everybody. This is Alicia McMath, and I want to welcome you to our, what night is this? Tuesday night, Monday night call. I forgot what day it is. About our Skyway Invest Group opportunity. We are so glad that you're here to learn about why we are all so excited. I just became a manager here in this company this past weekend, and this company has given me everything back that I had hoped for about 6 years ago. And I'm looking forward to the next 5 to 10 years with this company. I've been here about a year and a half, a little shorter, a little longer maybe. I have met some wonderful people along the way, and we hope that you get to see what we all know and what we see in this opportunity. So thank you, Andrew, for letting me open, and thank you, everybody, for being here with us. I'm going to let you start the presentation.
Awesome. Thanks for the great intro there, Alicia. Now, look, if you're in Alicia's team, you're in the right place because she's a powerhouse and absolutely tearing this apart. As she said, she ranked up this weekend, and look, that's about to happen again in the very near future, I believe, as well. So what we'll do, guys, is run the presentation, take notes, and we'll have live questions and answers after to really clarify and help you understand what we have our hands on, because this is special. So we'll see you in a few minutes. Hello and welcome to a short presentation of the Skyway Invest Group opportunity. Hard times today, guys. Skyrocketing cost of living, job insecurity, tax creep. And look, people are having to work longer hours or multiple jobs just to get by these days. That's why so many people are on the lookout for a way out, a way to supplement, replace or exceed their income so they can finally break free from the 9 to 5. Now more than ever, it's critical you take control of your finances, both making what you do earn work for you better and learning how to generate multiple passive income streams to ultimately become a professional investor and live a life of freedom. Everyone has aspirations of a better future. It could be as simple as getting a car or a new car. It could be you want to pay for your kids' education. The big one I find is working from home. I know I used to commute an hour and a half, or about an hour and 15 minutes either way when I was working. And that became very old very quickly. The amount of time I spent in the car every week is insane. People often dream of a better place to live or a different house, traveling the world and seeing different locations, or whether it's to help your kids as they're growing up. I pose the question, can SWIG change your life? I'm here to absolutely let you know it can, and I'll give you examples on the way through. So who am I? My name's Andrew Twelftree. I'm a manager within Skyway Invest Group. I'm a private investor both inside and outside of SWIG. I'm a full-time online marketer and networker, but I never used to be. I used to be an engineer working on hot, dusty construction sites, working with big boys' toys in Australia's hot summers. I used to work from 6:30 in the morning till 6:30 at night after everyone had left. It felt like my employers owned me. I soon learnt to resent the time I spent at work when I should have been home with the family. I'm sure many can relate with that. It's a little bit different these days. I'm obviously an Australian. I live in the Philippines by choice. Here's a few lifestyle shots there. That's our block of land up in the mountain. We were recently over in Malaysia, one for a holiday and two to attend a SWIG event. That's us in front of the Petronas Towers, and that's where we got to meet Andre for the first time. Now, you'll meet him later in the presentation. I'm also a cryptocurrency enthusiast and a Skyway Technology co-owner, which is one of the three things we need to talk to you about tonight. The Academy of a Private Investor is an education course teaching us how to become professional investors. SWIG and its initial project, the Skyway Technology. We've been raising funds for this for 4.5 years now. It's important to understand where we've come from so that we know where we're going to. Our second project, which we are launching right now, is our Crypto Unit Club program. Now, this is why we are so bouncing off walls excited, because this is producing ongoing, increasing monthly passive income starting now. So stick around until later in the presentation to get all the information on this. But for now, we need to do a compliance.
SWIG are not registered brokers or advisors. Consider information offered as recommendation or personal advice. All business opportunities come with risk, so please be responsible for your own results. Figures offered are for illustrative purposes only. We do not offer financial advice. Please do your own due diligence and seek confirmation from a licensed accountant or financial advisor for compliance in your country. Now, that being said, let me introduce you to a true genius. He is the winner of the Golden Chariot Award in 2017 for the most economically friendly transport. He's also the winner of the Slovakia International Peace Prize in 2018. He is, of course, Dr. Anatoly Yanitsky. He is the Skyway system designer. He is an engineer with over 40 years experience. He's an author of over 150 inventions, has over 100 patents worldwide, and coincidentally enough, the United Nations actually gave him a $1 million grant to prove the validity of the Skyway system. He did, and that's why we're here today. So if you want to know more about Dr. Yanitsky, go to his blog, yanitsky.com. There is a wealth of information and insight on there. He's a very, very smart man. So let's have a look at some of the technology we have. In development, we've got the cold storage and the automated container moving solutions. This is being developed in Dubai as we speak. We have the freight pods and the ore carrying pods for the mines. We have the Skyway Unibike, which is Skyway's little baby. It's the first prototype they built and certified. We have the Unimobile, which is an electric car for disabled people, where the wheelchair actually becomes the driver's seat, so it's a lot more convenient. The Uniwind is a chairlift for mountainous areas. The Unibus has evolved over a couple of years into what we have today, the segmented Unibus. Now, this unit here is about the same size as a tram or a bus. Now, Adelaide, Australia is my hometown. We have trams there. You catch them from the medium strip. It moves off with traffic, stops at traffic lights, and generally gets in the way and slows everything down. So imagine instead you catch a Skyway, still from the medium strip, but up on a platform. It goes whoosh off to its next destination without being impeded in any way whatsoever. The added bonus is beneath it, you actually gain back a lane of traffic. So everything else moves faster as well. Next, we have the high-speed luxury model. This goes up to 500 kilometres per hour. We will obviously be building larger models that carry a lot more people. Now, with this technology, we have the ability to build what's called a linear city. It's a region of land we build a futuristic city on, and we'll explain that more later in the presentation. We also have the eco-friendly housing to go along with that, and the 1.5 tonne carrying capacity drone. Now, all of this technology, when Skyway first started, they had a vision of a Unibike, a Unibus, but not what we ended up with, one of these stand-up models and a couple of freight pods. All of this additional technology has been developed as a bonus for us, the co-owners. So I pose this question to you. In the future, will you just be a passenger, or will you be a co-owner? Because we believe you'll be one or the other. So we'll leave the door open just for that little bit longer for you. Let's have a look at some of the expos we've been in just this last year alone. Railway Tech in Indonesia, Future Cities in Dubai, major deals done there. We're constructing there today. Congress Exhibit in Singapore, Inva Expo in Russia, where we revealed the electric car, and the big one, InnoTrans in Germany. This is a massive public transport expo run every 2 years. This is actually where we revealed the high-speed train. No one knew this was coming. Big secret. Another example of Skyway under-promising and over-delivering. Now, this is Dr. Yanitsky hugging his dream. How cool is that? Now, you can actually become a co-owner of this technology, which will be built globally. So at this point, I'll actually introduce you to another true genius. He is the CEO of Skyway Invest Group, Andre Herato. He is a professional investor, a self-made multi-millionaire, the founder of Skyway Invest Group, or SWIG, or us, and he is the creator of the Academy of a Private Investor, which is an education course teaching you how to become a professional investor. He's also a finance and investments business coach. Now, Andre has a huge responsibility to help crowdfund for 2 testing facilities. These are to test and certify both cargo and passenger models to know that they're safe to use. Now, no matter what country you're from, this is the biggest global project we will ever be part of. This is Eco Techno Park, the first of our demonstration facilities. This was taken last August. It was the open day where they had a couple of thousand people go there to see, feel, smell, touch and ride on the technology. This is built on 36 hectares of land in Belarus. Now, all of this has been constructed from crowdfunding. Now, I had the chance to go over there recently. There is a brand new track running all the way up this side. This is the rigid line, the semi-rigid line, the slack line, cargo solutions over there. And we actually walked up that track to the lake and had a barbecue with Anatoly Yanitsky and Andrei Harato in attendance. How cool is that? The next one is Innovation Park. It is built on a 3-kilometre section of land in Sharjah in the United Arab Emirates. There's the block of land opposite the police academy and the university. This is also being crowdfunded. This is the golden shovel ceremony, November last year. An interview with a sheikh in front of the eco-friendly housing footings about 8 weeks ago. That's about 2 weeks ago. So we can see it's moving on very quickly. The next one, see the footings here and the horseshoe-shaped track? Does that look familiar there? And rectangular tracks going down the side. Right, this is a computer image of our hoop route where the unibus actually runs up the middle. But look what that looks like, and here's the close-up. There it is in all its glory. The next one, our container moving solution. This is a computer-generated image as well, so you've got the building at the back here with the horseshoe-shaped tracks coming out of it. What does that look like to you? It's well and truly underway. Now, why do I spend so much time showing you the technology? It's because I want to impose upon you that this is happening with or without you. It's real, it's ongoing, it's being constructed. Additionally, on Dubai TV, a couple of weeks back, was announced that there was a 15-kilometre long section of unibus running right up the middle of Dubai with 21 different stations that's going to start construction in the near future. Right, there is another project of note. It's the first commercial project in Moscow. It will have 250 kilometres of track connecting 5 airports surrounding the city. It will be a highly profitable Skyway owned and operated track and a showcase to the world. The construction is also being crowdfunded, and there's an image of where the track's going to go. So let's have a look at the evolution of the Skyway technology through time. Back in 1978, Yanitsky came up with the concept. In 2013, 2014, he decided, right, it's time to turn this dream into reality. So he went out looking for joint venture partners, angel investors, and billionaires to try and raise the funds to develop the technology. Now, all of them were willing to give him the money, but they all wanted too much stake in the company, and Yanitsky did not want to lose control. He politely declined, and about the same time, one of Andrei Harato's students in the Academy of a private investor brought the Skyway technology to him as an investment opportunity. Andrei put it through his 7-point test, got top marks in every category. So he sought out Dr. Yanitsky to strike a deal which in effect formed the Skyway Invest Group to help crowdfund for the development of the technology. Back then, they set out a 15-stage development plan which encompassed fundraising goals and technology advancements. Now, over the last 4.5 years, we've worked through that, developing more technology and being more economical with the money, allowing them to do so. We are constructing in the United Arab Emirates as we speak, and the Moscow project is just around the corner. We are currently in stage 13.3 out of 15 stages. So we have the ability now to sneak in on discounts set out 4.5 years ago, right before mass technology adoption, because we have well over 300 agreements signed with 17 countries around the world. We've raised well over $100 million of our goal of 200, and we are racing towards the finish line. And our technology is fully transferable, which it means it can be built concurrently all around the world. So let's have a look at some of the countries where our initial projects will be. Tanzania, Belarus, Ireland, Ukraine, Russia obviously, Turkey, Italy, Ethiopia, Indonesia, Philippines, India and Australia. This gentleman is Rod Hook. He is the head of Skyway Australia. I've met Rod. We had lunch one afternoon. Now, coincidentally, Rod's been added to the Infrastructure Australia board by the Australian government. Does that give you an indication of what might be happening in the near future? Now, in India, in New Delhi, October this year, we will be having our 5th anniversary celebration. We are not a new company. We've been around for nearly 5 years. Now, why India? We're going to implement the Unibus in 15 different cities throughout India and ultimately connect them all with high-speed trains. How cool is that? For a moment, we need to talk about education information products, which is the core of what Skyway Invest Group. Now, bear with me. On the next slide, we have a very special gift. Robert Kiyosaki's cash flow quadrant. Active income on the left, passive income on the right. Let's look at our existing education system. You're taught, drummed into you by schools, teachers, your parents. Go to school, get good grades, go to university, get a degree, get a good job, work hard for 40 or 50 years, and you'll have an awesome life. Now, I've tried that, guys. It doesn't work. I only got 2 years of the higher education tax when I went to university. Imagine what the kids get these days. They start out with a crippling debt, right? You work for more like 50 years because they keep bumping up the retirement age and people can't afford to retire. Most people live paycheck to paycheck. So unless they've been doing some investing on the other side of the fence, generally they don't have enough to retire. 2, to enjoy it, or 3, to leave any kind of legacy for their family. On the other side of the fence, our lessons fast track you to the wealth building side of the quadrant. Business and investments, where you have people working for you, leveraging their time and leveraging money. Unlimited, uncapped passive income and financial freedom is what's on offer. Now, when people hear financial freedom, they have visions of Lamborghinis, 50-foot yachts, mansions, all right, and private jets. But really, it's not. If you can learn how to generate enough passive income with some change to cover your expenses existing, are you not financially free? Could you then work on business and investments after that? Absolutely. Now, any day is a holiday on true time freedom, and we are creating a legacy with generational wealth. Now, for participating in our education information products, you get a very special gift. For example, the $100 pack. When you buy that, $50 goes off to Skyway, and in return comes 2,500 pre-IPO private equity shares in the Skyway technology. So what does all that mean? Pre means before, IPO means initial public offering, private equity shares just means you own part of the company. The $500 pack, $250 goes to Skyway, back comes 14,000 pipes. The 1,000 pack, $500 to Skyway, and in return, 35,000 pipes. Can you see the amount of pipes you receive increases with the amount of money spent? It's like Costco. The more you spend, the bigger the discount. How do you actually make money from equity shares? Every company's goal is to grow both in assets and profitability. As it does this, the value of the stock or the shares increases in value and leads to profits or dividends for the co-owners and shareholders, us. So let's see how smart investors actually make money. Microsoft, for example, floated at 10 cents per share. They are over $100 per share today. That is a real-world example of 1,000 times your money. So how do you find companies like this when they float on the stock exchange? The first clue would be look in your back office. And secondly, for the advanced course, if they do a master profit training near you, absolutely go and do it. Opportunities like this are usually only reserved for the elite. The way it unfolded, i.e. it became crowdfunded, it gave us, the mums and dads of the world, a chance. As a Skyway technology co-owner, you'll benefit from annual dividends that will be paid quarterly. Now, this will happen after we float on the London Stock Exchange. Wake up, this is where we get to the money. As a Skyway Invest Group partner, you'll also benefit with dividends, or what we call loyalty bonuses, from our SWIG Global Investment Portfolio. So let's have a look at that. This is a photograph taken of the big screen in Malaysia at the event which I was at. This is Igor Romanenko. He is our portfolio manager. Now, Andre, back in 2014, knew that at some point our 15th stage of development of the Skyway technology would be reached, and no longer would they need any further crowdfunding efforts. Andre knew we would need an instrument to move forward and promote as SWIG members. So back then, he pulled $26,000 out of his own pocket and started an investment portfolio for us. They then utilised the strategies they teach and invested that money, and over the following 4.5 years have turned that into $10.759 million as of February. That's a 41,281% capitalisation, or about 26% per day. Now that is an average, guys, not compounding for the mathematicians. We have a very diversified portfolio. It's spread out over 21 different investment instruments. Just to give you an idea of some, we have real estate, Tagnarog, Russia, Thailand, 600 million Skyway shares, cryptocurrency holdings in several coins, Berkshire Hathaway shares, Warren Buffett's company, shares in Visa, MasterCard, Facebook, Twitter, FedEx. We have investments in the energy industry, the banking sector, cash investments and reserves, and the really cool thing is we own 50% of a gold mine. We also own a diamond mine, and we are going to mechanically produce diamonds as well. So let's have a look at our crypto unit club. We'll start by what it's not. Many people would have heard of the term ICO over the last couple of years, which is an unregulated industry called the initial coin offering industry. All you really need is a coin on the blockchain, a scratched up website, a white paper and a story. Now the story could be as simple as, we are going to disrupt the banking industry by having international unlimited transactions 24 hours a day for no fees. And people fall for it and go, I'm going to put some money in that in the hope that it actually reaches an exchange. They can sell the coin for extreme profit on the spike up and solve all of their financial problems. Traditionally, what's happened, don't get me wrong, there are some good ones, but a lot of unscrupulous people have launched ICOs, collected the money and then run away with it, leaving people out of pocket, angry, dismayed and gun shy. Here's the point, we are not an ICO. We are in the pre-launch of a security token offering, security being the operative word. This indicates that there's an asset backing our token. The asset in our case is the investment portfolio we just described to you. We have a 3-phase rollout. We are in the first phase at the moment, which is an internal launch within Skyway Invest Group. We get first bite of the cherry, guys, before the public even get their hands on this. We have significant discounts set out for us in the pre-launch phase. We are in stage 5 of 8 stages in our pre-launch. The top 4 packages on the day of the launch sold out in 10 minutes flat. Our top 2 packages, the 8,000 pack and the 5,000 pack, sold out in 3 minutes flat. We have extreme demand on our product. What happens when we go to the public marketplace and we've got this kind of demand for our product? Absolutely. Now, phase 2 is our global merchandising phase, where financial advisors will be able to sell this to their databases. Our crypto unit ATM sweeps the globe, and the crypto exchanges get their hands on it. The third phase is when we go onto the exchanges, fully SEC compliant. Mid-October is the anticipated date. Now, the public launches won't get the discounts we are getting today, so we have the opportunity to accumulate a lot of these tokens right now and create some insane wealth. 65% of every dollar spent in the global stage gets tipped back into our portfolio, increasing its size significantly. We are talking billions of dollars, ladies and gentlemen. The loyalty bonuses paid to the token owners were expected to begin in August this year. But as of the 8th of June, we actually received, past tense, our second loyalty bonus, 3 and 4 months early. The next one will be 8th of July, 8th of August and ongoing. So what do we have, guys? The investment portfolio is specifically designed to last for generations. They pull anywhere between 5 and 25% of the growth of the portfolio and pay it back to the token holders as a loyalty bonus every month. So what we have is ongoing, increasing, monthly passive income that will last you for the rest of your life. You'll be able to will onto your children and them to theirs. Is that not what everybody is looking for? For a moment, let's talk about the US dollar. Back in 1971, Richard Nixon temporarily removed the gold standard from the US dollar. which at that point caused every currency around the world to become a fiat currency. At that point also, it allowed banks and governments to conjure money up out of thin air. And they've been doing so in the trillions. Quantitative easing 1, 2 and 3. Banks don't lend money, they create it. That's why it's so hard to get by these days, guys. Because the buying power of our dollar is being diluted by the minute. And just on a side note, if you study the history of money, every fiat currency in the history of time has returned to its intrinsic value of 0. Why will this be any different? All right, if you're not prepared for what's going to happen in the near future, you could get very well wiped out. Back in the 1950s and 60s, you could actually exchange your money for gold. Gold is a brilliant store of value. Back in the Roman days, you could buy a chariot with a bar of gold. Today, you can buy a car. Imagine if you had these 4 shiny bars of gold on your kitchen bench, apart from going, yay. Is there any way you can produce 20 bars of gold of the same size without buying it, digging it up out of your garden, or hijacking the golden goose? You can't, can you? Because it's a finite amount of a precious metal. This is why banks and governments hate it, because they can't print it. Now, on the other side of the fence, our golden goose, we literally can produce 20 bars of gold because we own a gold mine. Do you understand that? Now, being a token holder or owner, you are part owners in that gold mine also, as well as the diamond mine, the land holdings, the shares, and every other investment inside the portfolio. I hope you understand that, because our portfolio increases in value and not just price like gold does. So let's have a look at what's coming in the future. Here's our lovely Brenda showcasing the crypto unit ATM, which is on display in Minsk at the Leaders Conference not too long ago. They gave us a live demonstration on how these things work, and coincidentally there's one already installed in a shopping centre in Estonia. Now, these were going to roll out in the global merchandising phase in December. They started rolling out 8 months early. These machines profit upwards of $500 to $1,000 a day. So the mind boggles at the potential, especially when we start rolling out 10, 15, 20,000 of these things across the planet. Now, the next one we're going to talk about is the new economic evolution of the world. It may sound corny when you first hear it. I know it did for me, but once you understand our vision and where this movement is going, you'll drop everything to be part of it. What we're actually going to do is turn the tables on major corporations throughout the world. Instead of them seeing us as sheeple and their cash cow, guess what? We're going to turn them into our cash cows. So how are we going to do that? We're all cashed up, right? This is one example. We can buy a region of land like this. We can build a futuristic city upon it, where we are owners of everything. The land, the cycle tracks, the gardens, the lakes, the towers, the schools, hospitals, shopping centres, newsagents, coffee shops, hairdressers, the interconnecting unibuses and the high-speed trains running them back to the major metropolitan centres like London, Sydney, New York, for example, which will give you a 20 or 30-minute commute in a high-speed train. Now, here's the point. We are part owners in the land. So if someone rents a house, we get paid. Goes to school, we get paid. Gets a haircut, buys a coffee, buys some flowers, we get paid. Rides the unibus or the high-speed train, we get paid. We are part owners in everything that we do in everyday life. The new economic evolution of the world. And it's only here with Skyway Invest Group. So we will have any number of future projects come through our network. There's already gold mines and diamond mines. There's talk of additional mines in both copper, silver, gold and diamonds as well. Real estate deals, individual Skyway projects. There was talk of being part owners in a chain of gas stations. We're going to be building a resort in Phuket, Thailand, hotels. You name it, there can be any number of projects that can come through here. We have corporations coming to us now to raise funds for them to help develop their business and giving us equity shares in it. For example, in June alone, we had 4 different IPO deals we invested in. Revolve is a Los Angeles-based online clothing company for the millennial women. Now, we invested in this and we received a 93% return in 30 days. Another one is CrowdStrike, an internet security company which we invested in. We earned 97% in 37 days on that deal. Fiverr, many of you will know who Fiverr are. I have used them myself. We invested in their IPO and earned 40.2% in 30 days. The next one is Chewy. Now, this is what I thought it was, but in reality, it's a pet supplies company that's very large in America. Now, we invested in that and made a 57% profit in 30 days. Now, we are equity owners in these companies as well. For those of you who've seen the show Shark Tank on TV, you know, where people come up and pitch their products looking investment for a certain amount of equity ownership, we are like the sharks. Companies come to us now and say, we need this much money for this much equity shares. And we go, nah, you're dreaming, or come back when you've got a better deal. We get to cherry pick the best investments out of them. And this will only increase as time goes by. You can actually earn your financial freedom passively if you can come in, buy big enough educational packages to accumulate enough equity shares in the Skyway technology or CRU in our crypto unit club, so that in time you'll earn a bucket load of money and earn your freedom. But here's the point. You can actually share this life-changing opportunity with others so they have the same opportunity you've got. And for doing so, you can earn commissions and bonus tokens. Obviously, the bigger or the more you share it with, the bigger they will be. It's very easy to get started. It's as simple as grabbing the link from the person who's invited you and filling in the form and doing your verification. We have got lots of news, training and support groups. So if you just want to invest, build a team gently or build one on purpose like many of us, we have the training to help you do so. Any efforts in sharing this with others will help compound your efforts, because we want you to become a professional investor both inside and outside of SWIG. So we can all create multiple massive passive income streams to reach our financial freedom and then in turn help others reach theirs. So we can all start doing what we love and follow our passion. What we're also doing is leaving a legacy for your family. The global investment portfolio that we are tapping into now is specifically designed to last for generations. This will see you out. You will be able to wheel this onto your children and them to theirs. Because we all die twice, don't we? First, when we leave this mortal coil, and second, when your family stops speaking your name. Here's your chance to live on in your family's history as the one that set that Skyway thing up all those years ago to allow them to have the lifestyle they've got today. So that ends the official part of the presentation. What we'll actually do is stop sharing and